Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to the Feast of the Ancestors. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for just taking the time out of your busy weekend to come and celebrate, okay? It means a lot to your past loved ones to just want to commune and spend time with them, all right? So, the whole purpose of this event, the whole reason behind why I wanted to bring it out to the public and educate everyone is because fall, the autumn season, is all about representing and honoring your ancestors. So, the veil is very thin around this season. And during this season, we're able to commune and hear and listen and feel our ancestors the most. So that's why, I chose today to come out and do this event, okay? So in it's not just in Haitian culture that we do this, that we honor, our past loved ones. In Hispanic culture, it's called Dia de Muertos, okay? So you're honoring the dead. Other cultures, also honor the dead, honor the loved ones. And if you've lost a loved one, my deepest condolences to you. I know it could be very, very hard, very difficult to understand and understand and deal with the transition of them physically no longer being here. But I want you to know that spiritually, energetically, they are always around. And the more you sit and commune with them, the more you sit and you talk to them, you um, have their pictures, in your home, and the more that you put out their favorite foods and perfumes and liquors and stuff like that, all of that gives them energy, okay? Because when when our loved ones transition, it is very difficult to energetically be here, okay? So with the foods that you put out, that is energy, and that helps to stabilize them and makes it easier for them to communicate with you. So think of it like, foods have calories. Calories give you energy. So that's the whole purpose of actually putting out food and lighting candles and all that other stuff, is that gives them energy so they can be able to communicate with you. If you are, psychic, or, you're an empath and stuff like that, they're able to communicate with you however, your gifts are. So it just makes it easier for them to be able to give you the messages that you need, to help you along your journey, okay? So, you know, they love you, they watch over you. They want to make sure that you're okay. And another thing, when they transition as well, is they don't want you to worry about them. They don't want you to hold on so tightly to where, you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed. They know that, you miss them and they miss you too, but they really just want you to know that they are okay. Like, they're no longer hurting, they're no longer in pain, they're no longer sad, because where they're at, none of those emotions exist, okay? So, with you communing with them daily, you pouring some water for them, coffee, whatever they like to drink, you doing that, it does make them happy, and it just keeps your energy and stuff alive, all right? So, Feast of the Ancestors, you guys. It's a lot of things that I want to get through and teach and show you all, okay? So, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so yes, there's a whole lot of stuff that I want to get through, and I don't want to waste any of your time. So, first things first is setting your ancestor altar, okay? Now, I am going to flip this camera around to show you guys my altar. My altar, everyone's altar looks totally different, okay? And that is for a reason, because your ancestors and my ancestors, they like totally different things, all right? So, um, the first things first, simple. Keep it very simple when you're first starting off. White tablecloth, okay? Keep things white. White is it represents purity, okay? So, after you do white tablecloth and all that other stuff, and you keep things white, as you progress in communing with them, you can start adding, their favorite colors and stuff like that, and favorite foods and stuff, all that other stuff. So, like I said, I'm just gonna briefly flip my camera around. I'm gonna flip it back around to me. So I just want you all to see um, what I got going on, so you guys can have an idea of what an ancestor altar looks like. Okay, let me move some of this stuff, and I'll be going through some of these things so you guys can see. Let me see. Will this let me flip it? Wait a second. Oh no, what's going on? It won't let me flip it over. I wish my son was here. He's usually my tech person. He helps me out with everything, but I guess I'll just have to flip it another way. But I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, so this is the altar. You see, everything is white. I have flowers, I have cake, candles. Um, there's some like pottery stuff. My son handmade those. I have pictures of my grandmothers, my great grandmothers. And I just have, some of their favorite things here on the altar. Also candy, you guys. You guys, they love candy. So we put some candy out there. And then I have these like little angel statues and stuff like that. So the main thing is water. Okay, so there's water back here, and the water is just so important, you guys, because water carries a lot of information. It carries a lot of knowledge. And when you leave out water, pay attention to what you see in the water. Like sometimes when you leave the water out for the ancestors, you go see like little bubbles and stuff, and that is them actually communicating with you. That is actually them leaving energy signatures, and them essentially leaving you a message. Now I know you're like, oh, looking at this bubble, I don't know what this means and all this other stuff, but pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to signs, okay, numbers, like the whole thing is like kind of like a game. It's like nowadays, like we're just so into electronics, we're just so into social media and what other people got going on, but the whole thing about talking to your ancestors and speaking to spirit and whatnot is paying attention to the little things, okay? Like, did a little ladybug come visit me, or did a butterfly come visit me, or you know, just the smallest things, and even the big things too. Like, pay attention to like if my car won't start, okay, or I'm just having a long and a hard time, leaving the home. Like, I keep forgetting this or I keep forgetting that. It's like, slow down, they are speaking to you. So don't get upset. Like, if you make it late to an event, or, maybe your kids are taking a long time and stuff like that. It's like the whole thing about communing with your ancestors is, keeping it light, keeping it breezy, keeping it simple, and just paying attention to the smallest details, you guys. That's the main thing. So when you have your water, okay, you can also see, of course, it's gonna evaporate and whatnot, but you don't want to leave your water on your altar where it's like mucky and bugs and stuff are crawling in there. You want to at least dump your water out at least once a day. And the way you dump it out or honor it back to the earth is you'll pour it out on your front porch, okay, or your doorstep. And you'll pour it out, going from the north, the south, the east, and the west, because you're honoring, your guides and your ancestors, from the north, south, east, and west. So you're pouring and offering it back to the earth because, we go back to dust, okay? Back to the earth, okay? And we're our ancestors that way. Okay, so water is very important to put on your altar. Okay, and I wish you guys can see because I do have some little bubbles and stuff in here. But pay attention, like look. Sometimes there's bubbles, sometimes there's not. But all of that is just messages, all right? So we're gonna go and move on and talk about the candles, okay? Candle, candle, candle. So this is like a gift, a technique. Now this might be good for you'll know if candle magic or candle work is for you, okay? Now I'll tell you guys this. Um just by reading some candles. When I first started doing candle work, you guys, my candles would not burn clear. And the reason for that is I had a lot of energy. I had a lot of ancestral blockages that I needed to get rid of, okay? So do not be alarmed when you're doing, especially like this is a 7-day candle, okay? It's supposed to burn for 7 days. It may burn quicker or it may take a little bit longer, but pay attention to how the candle burns, all right? So sometimes you'll see like black soot and then it'll burn and burn and burn and it'll clear out. And that is actually a good thing. So that means that the energy, yes, it has some blockages, it has some obstacles, but your ancestors, your guides were able to clear it up. But I would still recommend that you burn another candle after that, all right? Um, and this is supposed to actually be a purple candle. I know it looks blue on camera, but of course, purple represents the crown chakra and all that stuff. And just connecting. It's just for the season, the seasons of the Loas, the ancestors, your guides, Gade season. That's purple, black. Those are those colors. White. Okay. Um, let's see. If you are burning a candle and it cracks, it breaks. That just means the work is done. The work is complete. The energy was just so strong that it completely just dissipated. Okay. Pay attention to the flame. Now, I trim my wicks. So usually these wicks are pretty long and I like to just trim them a little bit. And also, you can add a little bit of herbs in here, okay? Now, I have some little pieces of sage in here. Sometimes I put little cinnamon in here. But that's where you do your homework and you try to learn what herbs do, okay? So you can do a lot. And you don't need a lot of herbs, okay? You just need just a little bit, all right? So you and it will help the energy and the magnitude of the candles to, better work when you start adding the herbs and stuff like that. So, but I would recommend, when you're first starting work, candle magic, just keep it simple. Just burn a white candle, keep it moving, all right? And then when you start doing it more often and learning more and educating yourself, and you can start doing other things, all right? So another thing that I like about these candles too is you can write on them, all right? So you can get a permanent marker, you can write your manifestations, or if you're wanting to release some things, you can write on there. Pay attention to the moons, like the new moons and the full moons, okay? Um, do your research and your education on that before you start doing candle work, okay? I'm not telling you guys everything because I really want you guys to go and do your research, and I don't want to give you all the information because that will give you guys that'll be a disservice to you. So that's why I asked you guys too to take notes, write down some notes and stuff like that because I really want you to do your own research, okay? And learn to listen to your guide, listen to your ancestors, okay? They will let you know and communicate with you what it is that you need to do, okay? Also with these 7-day candles, put I'll get like a glass of water and I'll set the candle in there, and I just feel like it burns better. Like you don't have to be afraid and worry about the glass breaking. You don't have to worry about it being so hot, and it just prevents accidents when you actually put the water in there. Okay, and also it also helps with your manifestation. Water is energy, and the ancestors love water, so that just gives it a little extra umph. And also in this water, when you get fancy, when you you know what you're doing, you can start adding things in here. Like I have basil in here that I wrote some messages on here. I even put some cinnamon and some other herbs in here and all the other good stuff. So, you know, what I would say about your altar and everything and just communing with your guides and your ancestors is be childlike, be very creative, okay? That's the main thing, is just creativity. um you know, that's how your magic and your, everything is just, you put your personal signature on there. You don't want to copy anyone and try to do someone else's spells and try to do someone else's manifestations. It works better when you make your own, okay? So that's what I love about candle work, candle magic. And also, you guys, you can use your voice. You can use your voice as a tool, speaking, okay? So you can speak into the candles, like talk to it, tell it what you want it to do. Your voice is so powerful, it's so commanding. Like, use your voice, okay? Talk, speak, sing, all right? Um, Another thing I wanted to tell you all too is meditation. All right, so meditation is not just sitting here, having your fingers like this and crossing your legs and whatnot. Manifestation can not Meditation can also be in dancing. All right, so put some music on, dance in front of your altar. My ancestors, my guys, they love to twerk. All right, so I be shaking my booty, I be popping it, I be doing all kinds of stuff. um Sorry about that, you guys, in front of my altar, and they love it. They be like, get it, girl, get it, get it. They love it. They love it, love it, love it. So don't think just because, they're on the other side that they don't get down. They do, okay? So however your guide, your ancestors, however your family got down, you get down with them. Put they song on. I don't care if they listen to Uncle Luke. I don't care what they listen to. You put that song on and you honor them in whatever way that they, live their life, okay? So don't forget that part. All right. Let's see what else I wanted to tell you all. Let me actually go through the list so I can make sure that I am going through everything, okay? So let me go through the list. Okay, how to honor your ancestors. Yes, we honor the ancestors. We don't worship the ancestors, okay? We honor them, okay? Even in Asian culture, they honor their ancestors. You notice every time you go to like an Asian restaurant, what is sitting in front? Like they have like a fountain where they put coins in. They have pictures. They have all kinds of like statues and stuff like that. The cat is very important to them. So they honor their ancestors, and that's how their businesses are just up and running for so long. Like you will rarely see an Asian restaurant just open and just shut, right, within a year or two, whatever. They're usually in business for a very long time. And it's because they connect with their ancestors. Okay? They connect with their past loved ones. All right. So as far as prayers and protections and stuff like that for trickster energy, so of course, when you're honoring your ancestors and whatnot, first thing first, um, if you had an ancestor that was giving off negative energy as far as rapists, child molesters, if your ancestor was out here beating their wife or whatever, or just doing stuff that you don't do, that you don't condone, that you're not into that, don't you put that ancestor on your altar, okay? We respect the same thing. You know how like you have family members that you don't really F with? You can still love them from a distance. You do not have to bring them in your home. You do not need to bring their energy around you or your children. We don't play that mess, okay? So if your past loved one was into that stuff, doing stuff that you don't condone, you do not need to put them on your altar, okay? You tell them stay where you at, okay? You go ahead and you put your loving grandmama on your altar. or your other grandmama who was real strict with you, that was telling you, okay, this guy is not right for you, or that girl's not good for you, you keep her around because she gonna make sure that you good, okay? So that's what I wanted to remind you guys and let you guys know, especially about trickster energy, okay? Um, if your ancestors, your past loved ones, if they were into the Bible, put the Bible on your altar. I have a Bible right here. My grandmother, my great grandmother, they was into that. And also the Bible has lots of different spells and stuff like that, especially protection spells that you can say, Psalms, Proverbs, all that stuff. Don't discard it just because they pass away, because that's part of your lineage. Okay, keep it in the family. All right, teach your children those prayers and stuff like that, because they are layers of protection for you and your family. Okay, so also when you're doing work and stuff like this, cleanse your home. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Don't be sitting here trying to commune with your ancestors and your dishes is piled up to here. You ain't washed your clothes in a month. Your bathroom is disgusting. Your floors is trash. Like, don't do that. You don't want to invite those type of energies into your home. You want to make sure your energy is cleansed. Okay, shower. Make sure you have on something presentable, and just make the energy light. Okay, open up your windows, get some fresh air. And just be clean. Because they cannot come to you in filth. All right, remember that. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Um, yeah, so yeah, signs that your past loved ones are trying to communicate with you. Your ears might start ringing. Especially pay attention to your dreams. Keep a dream journal. Especially, you keep it under your pillow. So when you wake up, don't be getting on your phone all quick. Just sit there for a little bit and start journaling, start writing. Um, they can even communicate with you through music. You might be feeling some type of way or whatever, and you hear a song come on, and it kind of reminds you of something that your grandma, your granddaddy, or your cousin, your sister, or somebody used to tell you, and that is them communicating with you. All right. um let's see. um just That's what I was saying, like in the beginning, pay attention to the little things. Maybe your past loved one, your ancestors were into a certain color, and you're seeing that constantly, or you're seeing their name pop up or their birthday and whatnot. When you hear or you see that, go ahead, light a white candle, have your water or whatever their favorite perfume or whatever drink was, and sit, commune, okay, dance, and connect with them, because they have a message for you. You get what I'm saying? Um, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing for you to be ashamed of, okay? Um, just connect. You get what I'm saying? Connect to your ancestors, connect to your lineage, connect to your family, connect to your loved ones, and keep it going, okay? Um, and one thing, especially when you on your altar, you only put pictures of your past loved ones. Do not put pictures of you and your past loved ones. I know it could have been a cute picture, a nice picture, but you don't want to put yourself on the altar, okay? This is reserved for past loved ones. So have a section in your home, in your house, where you specifically have a table, a section, an area that is clean for your ancestors, okay? Your past loved ones, all right? So I think that's all I want to say. One more thing. Oh, ancestor money, okay? So this is ancestor money. I've been thinking about creating my own ancestor money, but I got this ancestor money from someone online. And the purpose of ancestor money is to, of course, again, uplift their energy. So now they have ancestor money that are of the Asian descent, but I have used it, but I just feel like, that's not our culture. That's not our background. So why are we burning that type of monies? So you can even create your own ancestor money, whatever, their favorite colors was or whatever. You can research, look online. And like I said, I've been thinking about creating my own ancestor money so I can, possibly have those, people purchase and stuff like that so they can burn on their altar. But you got to remember, a lot of loved ones passed away and were like in spiritual debt. You get what I'm saying? Or just it like low vibrational. They weren't in a good space when they passed away. You know, maybe they were their heart was heavy, their heart was broken, or you know they carried around a guilt, they carried a lot of shame, they carried a lot of obstacles that you know they felt like they wish they would have overcome and stuff like that. Just a lot of heaviness that your past loved ones probably could have left. Even past loved ones who were like murdered or committed suicide, you most definitely want to burn some form of ancestor money for them to help them on, along their way and transition and whatnot. And of course, light a candle, say a prayer, and assist them on their way. Okay, so that is the purpose of ancestor monies, and you know you can actually burn that for them. So I have a cauldron, okay? And a cauldron just represents the womb of a woman, okay? Do not be afraid of the color black. The color black is just, it represents the womb, the darkness, the unknown, the unseen, secrecy, okay? Privacy, all right? So when you're doing stuff like this for your ancestors, you most definitely want to put it in, you can burn it in a cauldron, you know, you can write your messages on your monies or a blank piece of paper. Now, you know, if you want to receive something, you would fold the paper towards you, and if you want to release something, you would fold the paper away from you. All right. So just remember those little key things, those tips. Okay. Like you don't have to own the same things that I owned. You don't even have to get you a cauldron or whatever. But I'm just letting you guys know what a cauldron represents. It represents a woman's womb. It represents something that you're like creating. That's in secrecy. That's you know, in the dark, privacy. So a lot of the stuff that you're doing, you know, you do want to keep it private. You do want to keep your ancestor altar away from, you know, um, people who, because not everybody's into this. So of course you want to make sure things are just safe. Things are not like fully exposed, and you definitely want, you know, the respect to be um, you know, covered. You want your area, your just everything to just be covered, if that makes any sense. All right. So I think that's all I have. That's really the basics of your ancestor altar, and communing with your ancestors, and connecting with your ancestors. Okay. So um, yeah, so if you have any questions, you can message me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something new. I hope that I answered, you know, the questions that were in your mind, that you were wondering, that you were thinking about. And before I go, I always want to leave a message. So I just want to see what my ancestors have to say to you all. And let me see, my ancestors and my guides. I'm trying to find a deck that I want to use. I love oracle decks. Um, you know, they're easy to understand. And let's see. I know my chair is making all kinds of noises. So let's see. Oh, and I want you guys to remember as well. You have your ancestors, okay? Um, which is like your first line of defense. So if you have any issues, you go to your past loved ones, you go to your ancestors, and you also have angels, okay? Your angels um, don't play about you either. So if you ever need protection, if you're ever going through stuff, you can call on your angels, all right? So you have angels, you have guides. Everyone is born with one or a few. So, like, A lot of people go through issues and stuff and whatnot, and they feel like they're alone, but it's because you're not calling, you're not talking to your angels, you're not talking to your guides, you're not talking to your ancestors. You have to acknowledge them, okay? It's like they're waiting, like, hey, girl, I'm right here. They're not just going to intervene and overstep their boundaries. You have to invite them in, okay? And there are safe ways to do them. So say your prayers and ask your angels and your guides, messages from the heavens and the heavens only and whatnot, and just make sure that use discernment, okay? You never make an agreement with an energy or a spirit or an entity for favors, point blank period. Someone, an angel and guide, is not going to tell you, okay, you do this for me and then I'll do this for you. It don't work like that. Okay, so if someone is trying to get you to do something, or want you them wanting to do something for you in exchange for something else, that is a red flag. Okay. All right. Call on my angels, my lovely angels who love me, who I love. What message do you have for the collective who is watching this? This message is timeless, so whenever you get it is when you get it. Okay. So, what would you like them to know? Okay. What would you like them to know at this moment when they receive this message? Compassion. Oh, compassion. The main thing about spirituality, the main thing of tapping in, the main thing of all of this is just showing compassion, all right? Showing yourself compassion, showing your lineage compassion, okay? Because your past family members, they probably didn't get everything right, but they tried, okay? And the simple fact that you are here says a lot. So always, always, always show yourself compassion and show compassion for others, okay? Because we're going through a very hard time, just in general. So we all can use a little bit more compassion, all right? So let's see. Try this deck right here, and this message is going to come from my ancestors. They gets down, okay? My ancestors, my lovely, lovely ancestors, my past loved ones. What message do you have for those who are watching this message? What message do you feel like that they should know? Honor your body. This is like one of the first messages they told me, like, honor yourself, honor your body. Like, you only have one physical body, one self, and you got to take care of it. And the more you take care of yourself, okay, you're not overextending yourself, you're not abusing yourself, abusing your body, doing stuff, because you want to people please. They're able to communicate with you so much clearer, okay? So every season that comes, you should be doing a cleanse, okay? Drinking more water, walking, and just overall detoxing. Detox from social media. That's one of the main things. I have no problem. I will deactivate my social medias in a heartbreak, okay? In a heartbeat. It's very important to just love on yourself and honor your body and respect yourself and make other people respect you. Like, don't let nobody play in your face. Don't let nobody play with you. Um, you are from the divine. You are loved by so many. You just don't know. So that is the message from my ancestors to you. All right. So I'm gonna wrap it up. That's it. That's all I got for this evening. I'm going to close this out, and thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I like to do this. And just to share information, because when I first started on my journey, it was just kind of like, I don't really know what to do. But thankfully, I was able to get assistance and just learn. Another thing, you never stop learning. Keep learning. You don't know it all. I don't know it all. And use your discernment. Use your intuition, okay? Trust yourself, all right? If something don't feel right, listen to that gut feeling, okay? All right. Much love to you all.